Hi there everyone, welcome to yet again another Minecraft command block tutorial video here on the channel, and I'm actually doing this tutorial as a request of a comment I received on one of my older videos. And as you can see here, I have a splash potion of TNT. So this is a command block creation, I guess. It's actually pretty straightforward, pretty simple. But basically what this means is that this splash potion, when it lands on particular blocks, actually acts like a grenade. So I call it a splash potion of TNT, but it's basically a grenade. And at the moment, with the command block setup I've actually got, it's only working with 3 particular blocks in the game. So if the splash potion falls on grass blocks or oak leaves, like so, and if it falls on stone as well, you'll see that it also does work. So obviously this system can be made a lot better if you add more blocks to the system. But at the moment, I'm just playtesting it with those 3 blocks. But you only need 2 command blocks each to get each block to register and to get the splash potion of TNT actually working in the game. And basically how it works is that it is detecting this specific splash potion with the name, and when it detects that, it then sees if it's anywhere near a given block and then will spawn in the TNT when it's actually required. So I'm going to explain how the system works, and I'm also going to show you the commands in a text editor later on so I can show you in more detail. But the first thing I need to tell you about is this splash potion I'm using right here has no effects on it whatsoever. So I'm going to show you how to get one of them first. It's very straightforward. All you have to do is /give @s and then Minecraft : and then splash _ potion. And if you do that, it will give you this uncraftable potion. So you'll notice that it has no effects on it, and that's what you can use for the potion. And you then use an anvil to rename it to splash potion of TNT. So basically what ends up happening with splash potions is most of the data that gets assigned to the splash potion item I've got in my hand right here, as soon as you throw the entity, because when you throw a splash potion like this, these potion objects are actually considered entities, throwable entities in the game. And essentially what happens is that the item data gets bundled up into those objects. So that is what we are detecting here. So very quickly here, I'm going to explain what these command blocks are actually doing. So we have a repeating command block and a chain command block, and you're going to want to have them as always active in the settings as well. And they always have to flow into each other like this. Now, the first command block right here, what this one is doing is it detects if a needed block underneath, I guess. So that's meant to be underneath. And if it is underneath, summon TNT. Okay, so that's what this first command block is doing. Now the second one, it kills the potions. That's essentially what this second command block ends up doing. So what ends up happening is, you can imagine the splash potion is reaching this block right here. It will then detect that a needed block or a valid block is directly underneath it, and if it is, it will summon the TNT to cause an explosion. But in the very next command, in the very next event, it will then kill any potion it detects which is above the valid block. So the reason why you need to do this is that if you don't do this, then the TNT explosion will get ignited multiple times. So this makes sure it's a one-way destruction, I guess is the best way to describe it. So it's a pretty cool little system right here, and because it's a splash potion, you actually have the potion effects as well. So it's pretty cool, and it's a pretty nice system. there are some things you could do to improve it, because at the moment with my design right here, it only works if the splash potion like lands directly on top of the block. If it hits the side of the block, it currently does not ignite. But you could improve the system to make it so that it checks blocks to the side of it and above it and so on. But at the moment, I'm just doing a very simplistic, grenade solution, I guess. But that's about it for the demonstration. And you might be wondering why I've only done it per block. And that is just so it's controlled more easily. So if you don't do something like that, then the splash potion of TNT will ignite on any block you specify. Now, that may not be the best thing. What happens if you throw the splash potion in your base by accident? You'll then blow up your wooden house or whatever it happens to be. So actually specifying the blocks allows you to be a little bit more specific on where it actually explodes. So I'm now going to show you the commands in a text editor to show you in more detail. All right, everyone, we're now inside the text editor right here, and these are the two commands we're going to be going through. The commands are going to be in the description of the video, and the commands themselves are actually very similar to each other. They are both doing the same check, so it shouldn't take us too long to go through this. Now, in order to get these commands to work, we're using an execute command. And what we're doing here is we're using the as keyword. So what we're doing here is we are executing at all entities, basically this means. So at E is all entities. And then in these square brackets, we are filtering all the entities that we can actually see. So here we're doing type equals potion. So we're only considering potion entities. So the entities that are thrown from the player. We are then checking NBT data tags. And like I was saying a moment ago, there is item data that gets bundled up inside of the potion. So in here, we are checking item, and then we are checking a tag, the display tag, and then a name on that item. And inside here, we have some name data. So we have single quote and then double quote with the name inside like that. So this is actually the new format of doing a simple name in Minecraft 1.20. In previous versions, it was done differently, but this is how you do it in a normal name check. So that's if there's no coloring or anything like that. So as you can see here, I'm detecting splash potion of TNT. So this will only activate if it finds those potions. And then I'm doing this bit here where I'm doing at S. So that means at each of those potions you find, run this command. So if block, and then we check the block directly below the potion. So we're doing -1 below the potion. If it is a grass block, we then summon a TNT block at the position of the potion. So that is pretty much it. Now, the second check is actually killing the potion. So this makes sure that the TNT doesn't run multiple times. We're using the exact same check right here as the first command, but instead of doing summon TNT, we are doing kill at S. So what ends up happening is for each of the potions it finds above a grass block, it will then kill those entities. So essentially it spawns in the TNT explosion first, and then it'll then kill any potions that meet the previous criteria. So hopefully that makes sense and is actually more simple than you would think. But hopefully this sort of system makes sense and all that. And obviously what you would do is if you wanted it to only work on sand, for example. So at the moment, we're using grass block right here. You would then put the block ID of the block that you want the splash potion of TNT to interact with. So I would use sand in here, for example, instead of grass block to make it target a different block. So you should be able to find the block IDs on the internet for various blocks you want to include. And the more of those command block units you do, then obviously the more the TNT will work. All right, everyone, thank you for watching this video right here. If you did enjoy the video and you learned something new, then a like, subscribe on the video would be very much appreciated. And make sure that you hit notification bell to stay notified of any future videos here on the channel. If you want to see any other tutorials, be sure to put it in the comment section down below. And if you want to follow my socials, they're on screen and in the description. But I hope to see you in the next video. Hopefully this was a pretty fun little command block experiment and system right here. But see you in the next video, everyone. Take care and see you next time.